In this video, we are going to learn how to solve quadratic equations by factoring. So we've been practicing factoring, but now we're going to take it one more step and solve. So when our quadratic equation has an equal sign, so it makes it an equation, not an expression, then we can solve that quadratic equation. So we're going to look for that direction to solve rather than just factor. So our first step would be to factor the quadratic equation if needed. We're going to set each factor equal to 0. This is actually called the zero product property. So we're going to use that zero product property to solve and then solve each equation. So in number 1, these are already factored for us, so we've already done step 1. Step 2 now is we're going to set each of these factors equal to 0. So I'm going to set 2x minus 3 equal to 0. And x plus 8 equal to 0. Now I'm going to do step 3, and I'm going to solve each of these equations. So I would add 3, then I would divide by 2, and so x would be 3 halves. I would minus 8, and then x would be negative 8. So my two solutions would be 3 halves and negative 8. I'm going to do number 3, and then I'm going to have you guys do 2 and 4. So number 3, I have two factors. I have x, and I have x plus 2, so I'm going to set each of those equal to 0. So I'm going to set x equal to 0, and I'm going to set x plus 2 equal to 0. So this one's already solved. To finish solving this one, I would minus 2. So my two solutions would be that x equals 0 and x equals negative 2. Now that we've done 1 and 3 together, I'd like you to try 2 and 4 on your own. Pause the video and try 2 and 4. All right, now that you've tried 2 and 4, let's go over them. So in 2, I have x minus 7 and x plus 5, and I'm going to set each of those equal to 0. So now I'm going to add 7. I'm going to minus 5. And so my two solutions would be positive 7 and negative 5. Similarly, in number 4, I have x plus 5 and x minus 5. I'm going to set each of those equal to 0. Then I would minus 5. One of my solutions would be negative 5. And then I would add 5. And my other solution would be 5. So this is what we do when we have our quadratic equations already factored. Now let's factor and solve. So now we're going to follow all 3 steps. So let's review. So first we're going to factor each quadratic equation. Then we're going to set each factor equal to 0 with that zero product property. And then we're going to solve each equation. So the hardest part is figuring out what form of factoring to use for each one. So if I look at number 5, I can see I have an x squared and a negative 5x. So this is going to be a GCF factoring problem because they both have an x in them, so I can factor an x out, which is going to be my greatest common factor. So if I factor an x out, I'm going to have x minus 5 left on the inside because x squared divided by x is x. Negative 5x divided by x is negative 5. Now that I have step 1 complete, I'm going to set each of my factors equal to 0. So I'm going to set x equal to 0 and x minus 5 equal to 0. So x equal to 0 is already solved, but x minus 5, I need to add 5. And so I'll get that x equals 5. In number 6, to factor this, I need to add a term back in. This is really x squared plus 0x minus 49 equals 0. So my goal is to find two numbers that multiply to negative 49, and add to 0. So things that multiply to negative 49 are negative 1 and 49, 1 and negative 49, and negative 7 and 7. So negative 7 and 7 are going to be the ones that add to 0. So if I do x minus 7, x plus 7, that is going to be how I factor this equation. Now that it's factored, I'm going to set each of my factors equal to 0. So I'm going to set x minus 7 equal to 0 and x plus 7 equal to 0. And then I'm going to solve each one of these. So I'm going to add 7 and subtract 7. And so I get two answers of positive 7 and negative 7. All right, in number 7, I want to think about two numbers that multiply to negative 24 but add to negative 2. And I know this because my a value is 1, so I know that x squared is just going to be x times x. So things that multiply to negative 24. Well, 24 has a lot of factors, so I'm just going to write all the things that multiply to positive 24. And then remember, we want to make one number negative to make it a negative 24. So I'm going to think about which number I could make negative that would give me negative 2. So 1 and 24 won't work, 2 and 12 won't work, 3 and 8. Well, if I make 3 negative, I get negative 3 plus 8 is 5. If I make 8 negative, I get negative 5, so that's not going to work. If I make the 4 negative, negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2, so that's not what I want. I want the 6 to be negative, so 4 minus 6 is negative 2. So my factors are going to be x plus 4 and x minus 6. Now that I have this factored, I'm going to set each of my factors equal to 0. So I'm going to set x plus 4 equal to 0 and x minus 6 equal to 0. So I'm going to get x is equal to negative 4 and x is equal to positive 6. All right, in this last example, my a is 3, so now I need to think about what multiplies to 3 as well as what multiplies to negative 5. So what multiplies to 3 is just 1 and 3. So I know 3x squared will just be broken down into 3x and x, because 3x times x will give me 3x squared. Now, things that multiply to negative 5 would be negative 1 and 5, or 1 and negative 5. So now I need to put those in these spots and guess and check and find out which will give me a add to negative 2. So let's start off with, if I do negative 1 plus 5. Well, negative 1 and x will give me negative 1x. 3x and 5 will give me 15x, so those will add to 14x. Oof, way too big. I want a negative 2. So why don't I keep those two same numbers, but let's just switch the spots. Let's say I put positive 5 and negative 1. So now I'm going to put 5 times x is 5x, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3x, and then I get a positive 2x. Ooh, closer, but I want a negative 2x. So let's try switching these signs. So keep the numbers in the spot, but now let's try switching it, make that negative, make that positive. So now negative 5 times x is negative 5x. 3 times 1 is 3x. Negative 5x plus 3x is a negative 2x, which is good. That's what I want in the middle, is I want them to add to negative 2x. So my final answer, my final factored form is 3x minus 5 and x plus 1 equals 0. Now I need to solve. So now I'm going to set 3x minus 5 equal to 0 and x plus 1 equal to 0. So I'm going to set 3x minus 5 equal to 0 and x plus 1 equal to 0. So I'm going to add 5. Then I'm going to divide by 3. Since 5 does not divide by 3, I'm going to leave this at 5/3. I'm going to minus 1, and so my other answer will be that x equals negative 1.